Hello, entertainment daily lovers. Yes. We have this gist. When the gist is hot and juicy, sometimes you have to pull up early in the morning. Okay, so I greet you from my end. Okay, pardon my voice because this is late over here. But when when I have to keep you people updated, best believe that I will jump in here to keep you updated no matter the time because I said it from the beginning that the story of Senate President Akpabio and Senator Natasha is a story that keeps giving. I said it from the beginning that this story looks like a story that is going to drag on for a very long time. So we have an update, and that's what we are going to be discussing right now. Let me quickly check our sound, then we jump right into the video. Let's give or take. I want to quickly, give you people the update. And I believe by morning, it's already morning, okay? It's already 1 a.m. my time, but by the time we're waking up proper, maybe more gist will be, up because we know that we've been hearing about comments by Senate presidents that didn't sit well with a whole lot of people, that people felt like, oh, hold on, it's Senate president trying to, the first comment we heard from Senate president was a comment he made that made it sound like Senator Natasha was not returning back as a senator. And that kind of caught people off guard, right? Because people were like, wait a minute, we thought this was 6 months suspension. Uh, and now you are sounding as if this is something that you people being the inner caucus members, you've already planned it out, and the senator is not going to, return. But let me quickly check our sounds. I hope I'm not talking to myself. Let me check the sound. Then we will get right into the conversation. Okay. Like I said, you're gonna give quick update, and we are out. Okay, so sound is good. But pardon my voice that is down, okay? It's pretty late. Okay, until we have our proper studio where we can go in with soundproof and everything, the more you people subscribe and yes, watch our ads, join channel membership, I believe we will get there. Amen. Okay, so right now what we know about the case is that this has gone international. Okay, right now it has gone international, it's gone global. And trust me, I believe that within, let's give or take, within 24 hours, a lot of other media stations other than Nigeria or Africa would be carrying this now that she's gone global. Okay, and back to what we were saying. Now, Senator Akpabio had made this comment that didn't sit well with a lot of people, and people were like, okay, wait a minute, is this some kind of plan that you people had, or what's going on? Now, another thing we saw was where they were talking about taking her security away from her, not paying her, and just cutting everything off. She's not allowed to be seen around. That they are sent out the house or Senate's house or things like that. That has been the debate online. People were saying that they're being too strict with her. Then some of the senators, we saw video clips here and there posted on Instagram, shared on Instagram, where some of the senators were actually saying that, okay, even though Senator Natasha will not be paid and all of these things will be stripped from her, that Natasha's aides should be paid. People that work for Natasha should be paid. And some of the senators were arguing that these people that work for Natasha, some of them don't have any other job other than working for Natasha. And because Senator Natasha is suspended, does not mean that her aides and everybody that works with her should also not get their salaries. So that's what everybody was just debating. And then the next thing we saw was Senate President again saying, okay, Natasha, if she tenders apology letter, maybe they might just reconsider. And then people are like, hold on, somebody is stating that this is what the person faced, and you people are already asking, after suspending her for 6 months and doing all of this whole thing, you're already asking that she should tender apology letter. Now, remember, we saw what the court said. The court had also, we had the information about the court where they said they had instructed the Senate not to sit, the Senate committee to sit to talk about Natasha's case because it was supposed to go to court. She already, made an appeal or filed a petition against the Senate president. But the Senate president was still the same person that they are filing petition against, and he was still the one sitting and overseeing the same, case that didn't sit well with a whole lot of Nigerians. That how can you be accused of something and you're still the one judging? It's like a judge being accused of something, and that same judge is the one handling his own case. Where have you seen things like that happening? But it did happen in the House of Senate, because now the Senate president acts like he's God on earth. If you're just coming in, you're welcome. Please like the live stream, give the live stream a thumbs up if you are just coming in. Okay, if you're just coming in, please, please, please give the live stream a thumbs up. We have no thumbs up, and we're 5 persons here watching. Please give the live stream a thumbs up. Thank you so very much. God bless you as you do so. Okay, now giving the live stream a thumbs up helps YouTube to know that something reasonable is going on here, so they can share and invite more of our people to join us. Welcome everybody. Good morning from my time. Pardon my voice that is low. Okay, so back to the court of this. So the court said they had already said this, but then the representative of the Senate said they did not receive any court document. They were not served. When I saw that, when I saw that write up or that response from Senate, for me immediately I just knew the Senate was lying. There are a lot of things that the Senate have done that shows that something is up with the Senate. Forget about Senator Natasha accusing Senate President Akpabio, but it just seems like the Senate, they're not straightforward people. A lot of them are not straightforward people. That's the vibe that I'm getting from the Senate. Let me know in the comment section if you're here watching right now, or those of you that will watch the replay. I just feel like the Senate is not okay. So now, anyways, I'll give my analysis at the end. Let me just give you the reports. Now, the case has been adjourned because then the lawyer representing the Senate said they didn't receive anything, they were not served. But then the lawyer representing Senator Natasha was able to prove, from what we saw, that with evidence, he was able to prove that yes, the Senate was actually served and they knew about it, but they just damned damned the consequences and went ahead to do what they wanted to do, came up with a decision that she would be suspended, and suspended she was. Now, the lawyer, seeing that he was not making heads with that claim, he now asks that they give the Senate, they give them, time, and they should be properly served and give them time to prepare themselves and everything. So the case was adjourned to, I think, the 25th of this March. Okay, so coming out, a lot of people that are in support of the Senate president and the senators that are in support of the Senate president, and people were just laughing, making jokes, thinking that this was just a mere thing that everybody should just laugh over and nobody should take it serious. We shouldn't be bothered that women are being silenced here. Probably people will look at this because it's one woman. We should all just laugh and say, well, it's none of our business. She's a senator, she's got money, she has connections and everything. If a senator will be treated this way, what and how will the common man be treated? It will take less than 5 seconds. Immediately you open your mouth, you're already done. Do you understand? So it is not right at all. A lot of people thought this Senator Natasha will hide her head in shame, but the few women that stood their ground, the ones that are influential, the average Nigerian that stood their ground and said, no, Senator Natasha, we are with you, keep going and do not back down. She didn't say much. She just kept quiet. And the next thing we saw was this case has gone global. And we're like, hold on a minute. Global. Now, let me pull this up and you will be shocked. When I saw this post, I was looking at it and I was just pacing. I was like, what? I never ever thought that, at some point I was worried for Senator Natasha, because trust me, we know these people. Forget about what you see on social media, those of them that are coming out and castigating her, condemning her, those women that are saying that things like this don't happen in the Senate, childish behavior, she's all flirty, and forget those ones. The things that are going on behind the scene, those are the things that should bother you. Those midnight calls, those threats that will be going on. Why do you think they are taking off her security and everything? They will do everything to try to break that woman. So at some point, I was just thinking that these people might just end up succeeding. They might just succeed in shutting this woman down. But from what we see, the senator will not be shut down. She won't. So let me pull this up and we would get right into this. So here there's a video that shows Senator Natasha Akpoti Odwaga all emotional in the UN Parliament Parliamentary Union stuff. So let me see. I need a proper some of these blogs. I'm not written on the right. Give me a second. Okay, so I think this will be on Channels News. Let's go over. Let me go straight to Channels News and let's find this from Channels if it is still there. And we saw this woman sitting in front of international body and she is stating her case, not even mixing her words, and everybody is really shocked right now. Everybody is surprised. Okay, so it says Senator Natasha. Well, now people are beginning to call her Natasha. She's still a senator. Anything that I like, make her do. It said Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan takes a sexual harassment case to Inter-Parliamentary Union in New York. I'm telling you that the woman is not going to be silenced. She said it. Remember, after she was suspended, she made a post where she said she will not be silenced. Okay, I can't quote what she said exactly, but I know that if I go back to her page, I'll be able to pull that, or I believe it's still there. But she said she will not be silenced, and we just see that happening with her going all the way to the International Parliamentary Union in New York City. Like she's not keeping. When you see the crowd of people sitting here. You know that there it's not going to be easy because right now it's not only Nigeria that is involved. Okay, it is not only Nigeria, like they have rules that governs all of them. So by the time everybody listens, these people that are supporting Senator, they should get ready. Now, I'm not saying Senator Akpabio is guilty of anything, but the way they behaved and the way they treated this woman, they did not even give her the benefit of that. Let her just allow her to state her case. Allow the woman to state her case before you people crucify her. No, now I believe these people, this place we see Senator Natasha right now presenting globally, they look at how quiet and how they are all seated with their ears open, their eyes ready, their computer, their everything right in front of them, listening to what this woman is saying. Trust me, after this, I believe they will start their own investigation and they will not be biased. Do you understand? Because last, everybody in this room is not related to Natasha or related to Senator Akpabio or answers to them. Nobody in this room answers to any one of them. Do you understand? If Senator Akpabio feels that I'm not saying he's guilty of anything, but I'm just saying the way him and those other people in the Senate, both the women, the men, handle this. If they think that is it Donald Trump, is it the French, who is it the European leaders, is it the who are you trying to sit down and say you people should drop this case? We've already suspended her, and they will listen. Trust me, it's not going to happen. And when you look at the rooms, you can see, when you look at this room, you can see a lot of women also seated there. Are you trying to tell me that all these women will be silenced the way the ones in Nigeria were silenced? It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all, at all, at all. Let me put some volume. Let's hear Senator Akpabio presenting internationally.
I'm not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria.
Don't apologize to any Okpara. I don't care who any Okpara be. Present your case.
5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Gosulaka. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silent and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the official vehicles and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries would be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly, and for 6 months I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally, but I have no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women. Because this is the bigger picture.
This is sad.
This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices. And in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case
Very
of
biased
political
people.
victimization. Punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48-104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence.
It
The
is.
Senate actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them, yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending for 6 months.
You can imagine.
My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female
Very
senator
shameful.
can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women go through every day in workplace, university.
You know, so this indeed is a
I come with a
huge,
heavy
give
heart.
me a second, is a huge shame and embarrassment. Seriously, because at the end of the day, this is something. Welcome, welcome, Oyoyo's Media. Thank you so much for gingering me to step in. Ah, seriously, this our news, eh? Oh my goodness. Sometimes things will just be coming up and it will be so late. Time. Thank you for the ginger for me to come in and update my people what's going on. You know, this is serious embarrassment. This is something that Nigeria, let me not even say Nigeria, this is something that's seen it, because if I say Nigeria, it's like I'm saying all of us. But a lot of us were willing to really sit down and see where this is going. So this is an embarrassment. But at the end of the day, the embarrassment is coming to the whole country, to everybody, not only to the Senate right now. The fact that Senate could not do the right thing that they were supposed to do as Senate is embarrassing. The fact that they will allow the person that was accused to oversee the judgment and everything, and they were just nonchalant when you watch that session where they were discussing it, where they were talking about her suspension. Oh, those of you that say aye, those of you that say nay, the way all of them jumped in. And then the next thing, they started taking to social media. All of them were going to channels, TV, to go and grant interviews. Anybody that was willing to interview them, they want to talk, they want to. And I'm like, what are you people saying? And you could hear a lot of people blaming the woman already, that, oh, this that she has done is only going to make it more difficult for women to get. Why would it make it more difficult for women to get into politics? Some people went as far as saying they are going to screen women more, mental state and this. I say, oh, really? But the Senate president, you people did not screen him. You people allowed the Senate president to oversee his own case. Very first in history. I don't think it has happened anywhere, where you will be accused of something and you will be the judge over that same case. Oyoyo's Media said they know they know what they are hiding. Absolutely. There were so many of them, including those women. I don't even want to say their names. President's wife coming out with the nonsense statement. Then the other one, they call whether Ita Giwa also. I don't even know. That name sounds familiar. Giwa, I think. Is it Dele Giwa's? I don't know, but Giwa. And I heard name Giwa. I'm like, okay, that sounds familiar. also making stupid comments. Women that you will expect that with their age and their level of education and everything would know better, still came out embarrassing themselves completely. And you could clearly tell that what they were saying was not actually coming from the deepest part of their heart. If you will allow these women to go home where they feel like nobody is watching them and nothing, let their children talk with them one on one and record the conversation. You will hear them really pour out their real heart when they feel like they're in their comfort zone. But they are out there now. They are all chickening out of this whole thing because they are afraid. Oyoyo's said it looked as if they are all guilty. Of course they are. And I think the fear is if Senator Akpabio will be, exposed, then a whole lot, who are the rest of the people? If the Senate president, which is like the top person in the Senate, like he's what, the number three person in the state, in the nation, if he can be outed and proven that yes, he was guilty, it doesn't even matter if he's punished, if he gets any punishment for this, even if he gets no punishment, but if Senator Natasha was able to prove beyond all reasonable doubt for everybody in the nation to know that yes, this is the kind of person that Senator Akpabio is. That's all she needed. And that's going to open a lot of holes for the rest of them. So of course, some of them even claimed she was not there. She only was in the car with her husband. Her shoe was paining her. Does Senator Natasha look like somebody that is old that cannot wear even if it's high heel shoes or whatever she was wearing? Does she look like someone that started wearing such shoes overnight? Exactly, Itakiwa. I'm like, doesn't this sound like somebody that was famous in the nation? These days, I don't even understand. I don't understand the kind of words that came out from this Itakiwa's mouth and the mouth of what's the Remy, right? The wife of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. These two women are embarrassment to Nigeria. The fact that people will open their mouth to say this kind of things and you're a woman, I can tell you that these two women cannot beat their chest and say that they've not heard of a story like this or they've not encountered or somebody in their family members because it is so common in the nation. And I keep saying it. Take away the security, take away everything, place Itagiwa and Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife in the marketplace without no security, without nothing, and let everybody in the nation say there will be no punishment. See what people will do. See how they will be sexually harassed in the marketplace if you just put them out there with no security, no nothing. Both of them, not everybody even knows them facially. So if they're not all dressed, all put together, and they're not told that this is Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife and this one is, just dress them like a regular market woman or like a regular housewife. Let them go out. Watch how all these motopark guys will grab them and sexually harass them on the road. So to see these two women pretend like they were raised in New York City or they were raised in Pluto or Mars, Saturn or Uranus, that they don't understand baffles me. It baffles me. How are these people going to feel? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yes, what? Yes, I do. Whoa, I'm like, now that she has taken this thing this far, I really would want to see within the next 24 hours or the next 10, 15 hours from now, because the video is going viral. Every blog is picking it up. Every blog is resharing it. Itagio was a senator. You know, these are the kind of people that if something like this happened to them, they would just not say anything about it. They would just sweep it under the carpet because some people are just too ambitious that the last thing they want is for anything that would tamper with their political goal. So for them, they just feel like, okay, so he held your hands and he said, you people can go. He will make the place ready for you people to go and have fun. What is the thing? Did he touch you in your private area? Did he climb on top of you? Did he sleep with you? You know, they will make all this excuse. They will try to play down on what happened. You people did not think that if there was no atom of truth to this woman's husband would have shot her down since. Do you think she will not talk to her husband first before she comes out to broadcast this? Is that what you people think? I'm just so disgusted by the behavior of these women. Forget the men first, because for them this kind of behavior is normal. For them this kind of behavior is normal. Wilsmina says she had her some shit while she was a senior. Oh, really? Really? No wonder she comes out and talks the way like I was just listening to the things she was saying, and the presenter was even the one that was even trying to kind of probe her to ask her some questions like are you, it's almost like he was almost trying to ask her like, are you serious? You know, are we even hearing what we're hearing? Let me see. Sorry guys, I'm trying to see some. Go for me, wahala. Sorry, Allah. Ha. You know, I really would just keep my eyes glued to see what's going to happen now that Senator Natasha has taken this thing to the level where nobody is oppressing anybody over there. He will try to pull its strings and everything, but there are just too many. Did you see the amount of people that were listening to her while she was talking? It's going to take you a long time to get all of them to your side, to get all of them to believe you that this is just a woman that is delusional. But before they come to that, they're not just going to jump into conclusion. They might even ask her to go for lie detector tests, to so many things they will investigate. And may God help people like Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife and ex-senator Itagiwa and those other ones that held huge positions in Nigeria, all those that were senator before, and in fact, all of them that came out saying things like this don't happen in the Senate. May God help all of them that after this international body investigates, they don't find anything. A blog actually came out and posted something and said so much drama online. They were trying to do a little bit of expose on the Senate president. I don't look, this is not something that who wakes up one morning and decide that this is the thing they want to say. She's already a senator. Do you know how much senators they take home as a salary? It to even become a senator, you know how much you need to spend. It's in the billions. So how do you do all of that and get into the Senate? And the one thing that comes to your mind is to ruin it by cooking up a story that did not exist. Make it make sense. Just make it make sense. Yoyo's Media said Natasha should pull the transcript of her conversation with Akpabio. But you mean the one of the sexual harassment that happened physically? So I don't think she has any transcripts or anything. But the thing will be, did they speak about it afterward? And if true that her husband did ask her that question twice, Don't you think friends kind of know their friends to an extent? Even if you're not going to say it's 100%, you don't know your friends 100%. Nobody does. But at least to an extent, you know your friends. So this man asking his wife, what did my friend tell you? She told him something else. They got home. Time to go to bed. He repeated the same question again. What did my friend tell you? What did he see? Maybe he did not hear anything because she said he was on the phone. He was few meters away from them. Maybe he didn't hear. But what did their body language give off that actually made him suspect that something was going on? And the boldness of it all, your friend was right there. He was right there. This is or was, because I don't think after this they will still be friends. This was your friend's wife. Of all the women outside, I don't even think any one of them should be looking at each other with that kind of eye. Immediately somebody becomes a senator. That's the time to take your eyes off that person. Even if you were liking the person before, even if you wanted to have something to do with that person, the person is now a senator. That's somebody you will see every day. There are some conversations that should not be had. It was just wrong on all levels. But just as Oyoyo's media is suggesting, maybe they did have a conversation, and it is possible that he did, you know, say something. And also, I don't know, maybe if Oyoyo's media is talking about the one that the other guy called the other senator that is also, according to him, a friend of Senator Akpabio and uh, the husband of Natasha, that called Natasha in the night and told Natasha to, drop it all. And Senator Akpabio was in the background. And she could hear around this, but she said it was past 12 midnight or so, be 1 a.m. or something like that, that he was calling her, asking her if she was asleep. Maybe that one, that conversation should be pulled up. And if any other person has actually called her since this whole thing started, Oyoyo's media, you're very correct. All of those things, she should pull them up, because these people that we know, if you don't hurry up to pull those things up, they will get there first and make sure that that stuff is erased. If snake can swallow billions of naira magically, snake swallows billions of naira, then trust me, an elephant is going to swallow all the telecommunications in Nigeria, all of them. You will see it in the news. An elephant came out from the forest in Nigeria and swallowed everything. Now we don't have the transcript. Sorry, wallahi. The kind of things that these people do, these politicians, the level at which they will go. Imagine the time of NSAS, that everything was recorded and we saw it with our own two eyes, two very naked eyes. They still twisted that story around, lying that nothing happened. So truly, Yoyo's media, you're right. If there is anything to pull up, I hope that before Natasha went straight to this parliament, she should have pulled up everything. Because if she does not, now that this video has gone viral, trust me, this night, none of them will sleep. Not only him, none of them will sleep. They will start calling and calling and calling and erasing and covering up of. In fact, it has started since, but they did not take it that serious because they knew that they would be able to silence her, suspend her for 3 months. Nothing is going to happen. The case is going to drag on, and before they finish, the internet will talk and talk and talk. Something else will come up, and everybody else will be distracted and start talking about something else. That's Nigeria for you. They just knew that they would be able to do and undo. That's why he came out sounding the way he was sounding, stating, well, he does not know if she's coming back to the Senate. Now you put him as senator. Her people chose her to represent them, and now you're here telling we don't know if she's coming back to the Senate. Okay, let's see. Now that it has gone international, that other people, there are people there that don't answer to any one of you, that are not looking for any benefits from any one of you. At least if the men over there will not do anything, there will be one or two, three women internationally that will not tolerate any nonsense, that will stand and say, well, let's look into this. And by the time all of them joined with the ones in Nigeria and the other African countries that are screaming, you people will be forced to look into this case. You know, so they all go to office for their pocket. Exactly. So they will do everything to maintain it. Everything. So I hope she has the conversation she had with Akpabio. That's the thing. That's the thing. Because the fact that Reno Mokri came out blasting and talking and exposing, I feel like that is another one they will push now that she has gone international. You will see now, tomorrow morning, Reno would appear. Only heaven knows who has had a conversation with Reno to come and start talking all these things. So these people will do everything to convince people that she's lying. Just watch and see now. Reno Mokri now will go and start gathering his own evidence. So let Natasha start collecting her evidence and keeping them. Ha! This is just weird. Oyos Media said if justice did not prevail, Nigerian women are fin. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is one time that they would have used to help women, because if something, I'm not even talking about, oh, he's found guilty, now he has to serve time in jail or get community service. Forget about the punishment. If they can prove that he's guilty and he's embarrassed at the end of the day, it will scare a lot of men, because this is coming from the top. So all the way to the grassroots, a lot of men that behave badly with impunity, with every boldness, they will start being cautious, because the question they will ask themselves is, if the number 3 man in the nation could be brought to book, who are you? But they messed it up. And we have likes of Remy and Itagiwa, and what's the other one that wore Ancient of Days wig, to thank, that are women. Nobody is saying this is not even a case of women supporting women. This is a case of give the woman the opportunity to speak. Don't shut her down. Don't start creating doubt in the hearts of people. What do you mean by things like this don't happen in Senate? What, the people in Senate don't have blood running through their veins? They're not humans, they are aliens. They can never be heard again. Absolutely. If somebody that has worked hard or not worked, or whatever she did to get to where she is now, the fact that she's able to get into the Senate, she's high up there in politics in the nation, and she cannot be heard. Who will be heard? And the fact that we have the wife of the number 1 man in the nation speaking against the woman, that you didn't even did you bother to say, let us just allow her, even though you're going to say, well, this man, I've known him, he's a straightforward man, very principled man, I've known Gosil Akpabio forever, I don't think he would, well, I'm kind of skeptical, but let us just allow this woman to present her case. Let's see how this goes. Let him step aside. Let somebody else take over for now until this whole thing is investigated. That's how the wife of the number 1 man in the nation should speak. Do not take sides, because you were not there. You don't sleep in Akpabio's home. Neither do you sleep in Natasha's home. So we don't know who is lying. So allow both of them to present their case properly, investigated, and let us know who's lying. If it's Natasha that is lying, do you think she will be able to raise her head in Nigeria again? She won't. The same energy that we're using to talk is the same energy that we will use to blast her, because that will be very damaging to all the women in Nigeria if she's lying. So I believe that's something that she would have thought about. Because if she up there would lie about something like this, then when somebody down there is telling the truth, they will use her as example and they will not believe that person. So I don't want to believe that that's a route that she's willing to go to what end? If she wanted to blackmail him, she would have done that privately. It does not make sense what all these people are saying. Oyoyo's media said Arise TV analyzed Reynolds' video and said he could show proof of what he alleged, and that he should show proof of what he's alleging. Oh man. Workplace sexual harassment policy is over in Nigeria. Do they even have? Because once it comes to women, they will sweep everything under the carpet. They will sweep everything under the rug. They're not going to do nothing. So do we even have it, or we just have it for mouth's sake, where you just say it that we have it, but it's not functional. They should hear her out. Absolutely, that's the only thing they. Arise TV analyzed Reno Mokri's videos and said that he couldn't show any proof. He just, he's not making any sense. Even in Reno, people are like, yes, Reno proved that she was lying. He was not in the country. In my mind, you can always mix up the dates. And that's what we heard Reno stressing. He didn't stress that he was a straightforward man that would never do something like that. He was just stressing that he was not in the nation at the particular time that the lady mentioned. So that still does not. What if it happened few days before he left the country? What if it happened 1 month before he left the country, or it happened on a different event, but she mistook that other event for the event when the Kenyan president was coming to Nigeria. The woman is beautiful. She knows how to carry herself, and we know all these politicians that will have wives at home, but their legs, as their third leg is still running up and down, is to tease and tease and tease and tease anyone that they can tease to bed. Allow the woman to tell her story. It's her story. I don't know this thing that people try to shut people up even before they start talking. Allow the woman to tell her story. She said she was sexually harassed. We should be asking her, bring evidence. And she says she'll probably come out and say, okay, she has evidence. They'll go to court. She will present her evidence and everything, and we'll just sit and wait. Every time there's a hearing, after it, we will hear it. Because some news channels will be able to go into, the this in court, or be at the court premises. I just don't understand. She had to go all the way to involve international bodies before these people could do what before they will now be forced actually to do what they were supposed to do. Now, why are they afraid to investigate? Because they know that a lot of cockroaches will be coming out from the cupboard. That's the truth. A whole lot of cockroaches will be coming out from the cupboard. That's why. So we all know the reason. The men are all guilty as charged. Absolutely. It is clear. It is clear because you know what? If Natasha is able to prove that Senator Akpabio did sexually harass her, watch other women that have been silenced. Watch how they will all be bold to come out. And some of them might have damning evidence, but just because they are afraid to speak because of this condemnation, judging of people calling them liars, saying they are delusional, they are saying things that didn't happen, you know. But if she's able to prove it, watch other people come out right from when he was a state governor. You will see people popping out with, in fact, even those blogs that were saying, but well, since he was a senator, we've never seen him had a child out of wedlock. Who said that's the evidence to know if a man is cheating, that he has to have a child out of wedlock? Do they look stupid to you? The ones that are having children out of wedlock are just careless. Not that they cannot, having kids with their side chicks because they're careless. A man can do what he wants to do for years. And if your only evidence you're waiting for when that side chick will get pregnant, it will not happen. So this is just so embarrassing. Let's just watch and see where this goes. Now that the international body is now involved. But my fear is that this ninth Senator Akpabio and his gang, Itagiwa, even the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because if his wife can say what his wife said on national TV, then I wonder the conversation that the both of them are having in the house. Mr. President, you have to help this man. No? Because who knows? From this investigation, they will now be unearthing things that people didn't even know existed. So cover up as we speak right now. Cover up is already happening. Like they are contacting people that they need to contact. They are looking for a way to come out of this. Now, when they will, even if they will ask them why they even made the decision they made while the case was already in court, they've already lied that they were not served. I just hope that Senator Akpoti has one of the best lawyers in Nigeria. I don't know who her lawyer is, but I hope she gets the best lawyer she can find in Nigeria. Because if these people were served, the Senate was served, and they could go to court and lie that they were not served, embarrassing themselves, trying to thwart justice. Like, I don't understand. Then there is nothing these people cannot do. Now that she has tabled her case, they're already preparing themselves. Give them few hours now. Wait to see the kind of statements that right now they're in their plotting room. Calls are flying up and down. Calls are going on up and down, right, left, center. Tomorrow meetings will be held in different underground places. They are preparing themselves if they will be summoned to New York. They never thought this woman would go that far, I believe. When you do something and you get away with it a lot, they know how the nation is. They know how to get away with things in Nigeria. But look where we are now. I don't care. People are not involved because their own it is we don't want to hear anything you want to say. Please give us the evidence. There are people that are like that. Sorry, hold your peace. Just give us the evidence. We will look at the evidence. Then we can listen to you. Let us just wait patiently and see what their comment will be. Good evening, UK family. Hello, host, and good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too. Let us wait and see tomorrow the official statement that the Senate will drop. And let's see the updates that will come. Are they going to summon the both of them? I hope they investigate this because it is going to help women a lot. The level at which people use their power to just shut people down, enough is enough. Even in cases where you can clearly see that the women are way brilliant, smarter, more educated, they've backed several degrees more than the men, they will still hype these men like they are our ancestors. And then women are nothing. I really, really hope that this will be handled differently. I really hope. That being said, I will leave you all here. It is 49 minutes into this. I wanted to just come in quickly to update you people that if you were feeling kind of downcast, disappointed, thinking that Senator Natasha has been silenced, as she said it the day she was suspended, that she will not be silent. She has made a bold move, a very brave move by going all the way international. She's going. She's going. She's already there. And I know that this came as a shock. Thank you, Yoyo's Media. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I know that this came as a shock to them because they really thought they were done. And at this point, if they investigate this case and truly what Senator Natasha alleged happened, shame on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife and Itagiwa. That you people could not give this woman the benefit of doubt. Like, she's also a politician like you people. I think she might be a mother. I believe she has kids. She's a woman. She just give her the opportunity. A woman in a nation like Niger, you listen first. You investigate first. Then you can come back and condemn if there's no truth to what the person is saying. People are saying you people support because she's a woman, not because she's a woman. The way a lot of you jumped into conclusion because some bunch of men were pressing button is an eyesore. Why not give her the opportunity to present her case properly? And after all the investigation, let them prove that she's lying. And let's see if she will be able to bring her head out and walk in the streets of Niger. Everywhere she goes to, she will be booed. So she knows. She knows. So that's not even something that she's willing to do. Who spends all this money, gets people to sponsor you and everything, and you go all the way to Senate? I don't even think a local government chairman will risk it. Cook up a story that is not true. After you've gone through election, go through the war and everything, blood and sweat and everything to get to that position. And you will just use your own hand to mess it up. And nobody does that. So when people are saying, "Oh, she's trying to be relevant," and then people went and started digging up old videos talking about, look at how she was. Why even comment about what she was wearing? Transparent. What took your eyes to the clothes that that woman was wearing? Did any one of them bother to look at the fabric that all the senators, the men, the male senators were wearing? Did we check to see if their fabric were transparent or not? Why do we have to look at what the women are wearing? And because of where she comes from, she's covered with veil a lot of times. I've not seen her wearing any risque thing when she's all throughout this period, and her photos online, you will see. She dresses properly, she will veil herself. But why is it that eyes are always on women, how women dress, how women look? You try to, but if it's a man, you're not going to ask, oh, why was he wearing boxers? And why was he wearing shorts and singlet? And then his hands were showing because he was wearing a t-shirt or a polo shirt. Why don't we say those about men? Why does it have to be the women? Why? Give me a second. Why does it have to be the women? People say, oh, how can a senator be talking the way a senator is talking? Why would a senator be talking the way a senator is talking? Look at the way she did her eyes, and then she did the other eyes the other way. And I'm like, why are we analyzing what she did? Do you also use a microscope to look at the other senators when they are presenting their own cases? And then you say, oh, but the man was talking like that. And then he was talking like this and he was talking like that. Give the woman opportunity to present her case. That's all. Give her the opportunity to present her case. Let's wait and see what's going to be on the news tomorrow. News media said is well with Nigeria. Exactly. The level of disappointment that this, the embarrassment that these politicians bring is just beyond me. It is absolutely beyond, like, it is unbelievable the level at which these people can go. The level at which these people can go to cover up. This is right in front of people's eyes. They didn't even say, okay, let the investigation go on first. No, they just jump into conclusion, let's suspend, and now the eyes of the whole world is involved. Let's see how far this will go. Let me leave you all 55 minutes. Let me leave you all. I will come back tomorrow. Like I said, Senate will probably release an official statement tomorrow because right now this video is trending, and I think this, she actually caught them off guard. They did not expect that she would take this international. They just thought she would sit in peace and accept her 6 months suspension, cutting off of her salary, and taking all the senatorial privileges that is supposed to come her way. They thought she was just going to be forced, after they've done all these things to her, she will be forced to go and apologize because they've already been talking about it. Okay, that if she write an apology letter to the Senate, then she might just be reconsidered. After no investigation was done, after making such a huge allegation, no investigation was done, nothing. You people are already talking about a apology letter. For what? If you're not going to investigate the sexual harassment, what apology letter is she writing again? If you won't give her the opportunity to prove herself, it is well. It is well. I will see you people tomorrow. Like I said, this is a story that keeps giving. And I'm just glad that Senator Natasha took the bold step to actually take this international. I'm so, so glad. Because right now that this has been presented internationally, more people are getting into, more media houses are getting into it, shining the light, and that's going to put pressure on them. And you see these women, just watch out, the likes of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife, the president of the nation, his wife, Itagiwa, the rest of them. Don't worry, very soon they will change their mouth a little bit. Just wait, give them 24 to 48 hours. They will start changing their mouths from what they said before. They will twist it to something a little bit better than what they had said. Watch out. We will be back here to discuss it when they start. Just give it time. News Media said, people just they come, stay for a few more minutes. As in, no be small, it's already 1:48, almost 2 a.m. my time. Oh, as in, TCP Car Limited said they are not good. The fact that they didn't bother to investigate, of course, that's what a lot of people are saying. Because the good thing, the right thing, not even good thing, the right thing to do was to investigate the whole thing. But to shut a senator down the way they did, it's just, I believe when she's talking about it now, as she presented this thing now, they will now go and look up this whole thing, and all the videos are available online. This digital age is just amazing. All the videos are available online. By the time they check from where this whole thing started up until this moment, it will be a huge shock to the what are they called, IPC or so, or what is their name again? What is the name of this thing? Yeah, the Interparliament Union. Yeah, IPU, not IPC, IPU. I'm just, it is really sad, really, really sad. They should investigate. I hope they would. For me, it's not even about the penalty. Let us know, is the senator lying or is the Senate president that is lying? That's all we need to know. Whomever is lying among the two of them should be put to shame. At this point, it's not even about the penalty. It's not about the punishment that comes with it. Suspension, no suspension, this, that, no. Mm-mm. That will not be as heavy as proving who is lying and who is telling the truth. Because if she's indeed telling the truth, then that gives more women the boldness to come out and out all those people in big positions that are oppressing women. You know, it gives them that. And that is a good place for Niger women and African women to start from, and women in the world in general. But it's just that some countries are doing a little bit better because they hold their people are more accountable than places like Niger, where the politicians see themselves as deities. So what are the men in the Senate afraid of? They're afraid because they too they've been grabbing people, maybe they've even been laying down on some of these people, telling them, in order to get this favor, you have to come and meet me in that guest house. You have to come and see me in that hotel. You have to come here. They've been nyashing themselves. And now, Senator Natasha will now come and expose the Senate president of all people, not her fellow senator. The Senate president is what she wants, is who she wants to expose. But you know how scared those other ones that have already been doing, and we're not talking about just the Senate. It could be a senator doing it to somebody in House of or House of Representative, or doing it to somebody else in other offices. That is a bit below them. Because if somebody can harass a fellow senator, is it people that are below them that they will not go and harass? So by the time, if allegedly the Senate president is guilty, do you know the expose that is going to happen? All of them will not sleep this night. Their heart will be beating, bang boom, bang boom, boom boom, boom boom, because it is going down. I just I hope and pray that after Natasha's presentation, this interparliamentary union in New York will actually sit down and investigate this. I hope they will investigate this. That being said, it's 1 hour plus. I will see y'all later. We're waiting for the senators to start speaking out. Senator Akpabio, remember, went on that Women's Day. Remember, it was Women's Day this month. They were celebrating International Women's Day and whatnot. For me, every day is Women's Day because the BS that women see in this life, every day women should be celebrated. So anyway, International Women's Day, that they went and gave him an award and things like that, celebrating Senator Akpabio, and he was talking. And what does that one think she is? Does she think the rest of you? Let him keep the same energy when they invite them over to New York City to come and talk. Okay, if they're going to, I hope they investigate and both of them are called in to come and give their own side of the story with evidence to prove, so we know, is it Godswill Akpabio that is lying or Natasha Akpoti that is lying. Seriously, we need to. So let's wait till tomorrow and see what they have to say. Now I have to go. Most of you are coming in. Please watch from the beginning. It's already an hour into this conversation. Okay, watch from the beginning so you can hear Senator Natasha talking at the Interparliamentary Union at the United Nations in New York City. Okay, where she presented her case, and you can see a whole lot of people sitting there listening to what she has to say. So let's wait for the update. Now we know that she has taken it globally. They thought they shut her down in her country. She decided, well, there's one more string I can pull, and she did pull that string that a lot of people wouldn't have done it. They would have just put their tails in between their legs and accept their 6 month suspension and afterward go back to the Senate and just apologize and act like. But no, Senator Natasha said, I won't be silenced. The day she was suspended, that was her official post that was all over her social media. I won't be silenced. And yes, she's not silenced because she has taken it to where they did not see coming. So let's wait and see. Let the fight start. Thank you all so very much. Off I go. It's almost 2 a.m. my time. So I will see you all in the morning, God willing. But first of all, we have to keep our eyes to see what Senate is going to respond. First of all, when they took them to court, they said they were not served nothing. According to what we heard, the lawyer, Senator Natasha's lawyer, was able to prove that yes, indeed, they were served. And then they switched to give us time to go prepare ourselves. And now they adjourned to to March 25th uh, for the hearing. So let us calmly see where this is going. Thank you also very much for joining me today. And if you're watching the replay, drop your opinion in the comment section. What do you think? Are you with the Senate? Uh, I'm not saying the senator, the Senate, like, because all of them ganged up together and stood behind the Senate president. Are you with them? Are you standing by the truth, just knowing that you were not there, you don't know what happened, but let it be investigated and let the truth prevail and justice? Thank you all so very much, and I will see you all in the morning. Thank you so much, Oyoyo's Media. Thank you, everybody that joined. Please go back and watch. This is news update, okay? The fight of the mighty politicians in Nigeria. Thank you all so very much. I'll see you all tomorrow. I see people are still coming, but we have to go. We have to go. It's school week, okay? We get school runs. Let me go and sleep a little bit. Good night, everybody. God bless you. God bless you. May God guide and protect you. Those of you that are yet to go to bed, I pray that God guide and protect you as you go out and come in. May your day be blessed and fruitful. Thank you all so very much. And may justice prevail. Bye, everyone.